Also this week caught up with a young author and journalist. Her name's Kieran Yates. She co-wrote a book and it was called Generation Vexed. Really like that title. She talks about the book. Basically, it was about the riots that happened this summer in the UK. But she also talks about tips for new writers. So if you are a young up-and-coming writer or you just like to get into it, here's what she had to say.
BBC Radio 1 Extra.
My name's Kieran Yates. I am a journalist and author, and I'm here to talk about my new book, Generation Vexed.
Sarah Jane's Book Club.
So the book Generation Vexed was written by myself and my co-author, Nikesh Shukla, who's a fantastic novelist. We were approached by Random House to really provide a voice for a lot of the young people that were being talked about in the media post-riot summer. And I think that we both really felt like they were getting a really hard time in the media. And yeah, we just wanted to kind of represent urban culture in the way that we had seen it, and a lot of the really fascinating entrepreneurs and talented young people. We just wanted to put it in a book and say, look, actually they're doing great things and they've got lots to say. I knew that I really wanted to talk about grime and dubstep, and we spoke to P Money. You know, talking about obviously slang like this and his experience of being stop and search. We spoke to Hatcher, who's obviously a dubstep don, and he was talking about, you know, how young people like Scream and Benga, you know, were able to, you know, become, I guess, entrepreneurs of sorts in the dubstep scene because there were the facilities for them and there were the resources for them to approach people and say, look, listen to my beat. And then, you know, a few years later, they're headlining massive shows, you know, with Magnetic Man. And I just feel like, you know, those kind of stories, people like SBTV, people like Live Magazine, young journalists, young poets, young artists, young MCs are doing lots of interesting things and are thriving on the underground. And I just kind of reached out to a lot of those people and spoke to them and said, look, you know, tell me about what you're doing, tell me about what your thoughts on the riots are, and sort of got it down from there.
Sarah Jane's Book Club.
So Generation Vexed is an ebook, which means that it can be downloaded to your iPhone, laptop or Kindle. And it's a really interesting way of how publishing is moving forward, I think, because so much of the way people consume is online. So much of, you know, media is online, as we know, with underground blogs, internet streaming, you know, all those kind of things. So I think that it's a really great way if you're sort of not going out to purchase books, or that's not a natural action for you. It's a good way of consuming and getting things straight to your laptop, and you can sit and read in bed, which is what I often do.
BBC Radio 1 Extra.
For people wanting to get into writing, I think that a definite tip of mine would be to really write as regularly as you can. And I always advise people to start up a blog, some kind of online platform where they have an opportunity to just get their voices heard. You know, even if it's just like ripping a YouTube link and commenting on someone's video or something like that. I think that it's really imperative that people have their voices heard, because I think a lot of the time for young people, you forget how important your voice is and you forget that that's your whole calling card. And actually, that is a really important time for you guys to really get out there, really try and write, really try and get something down about how you see the world, because that point of view is unique and isn't going to be there forever. Hi, this is Kieran Yates and I'm in Sarah Jane's Book Club.
BBC Radio 1 Extra.
Really, really nice. Kieran Yates, loving her work. She's inspiring, isn't she, really?